Hello and welcome to another episode of Squirtified Engineering. I'm Sprutis, and if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Subscribe, so you can stay up to date with all my different projects. So in this episode, it's a big step forward, I would say. Maybe not for mankind, but at least for me and my daily commutes to and from work and back and forth between my home and the garage. I will leave my Peugeot 206 at a company called Ryds Bilglas, and they will replace my windshield because it's cracked in every single way. Maybe it's not good, and it's in front of the driver position, so it's not really I won't pass inspection with this. So yeah, follow along when I get this done. So today is finally the day when I'm replacing the windshield. I have one crack going from the right hand A-pillar all the way over here. I have another one going here, and then finally connected, and then I have a third one forming here. We are now in the garage, and since the windscreen now is brand new, I will seal it. I will use the same thing that I used on the Supra, which is, first, to be complete, I will use Bouncer's Look Sharp glass cleaner, and then I will use Bouncer's Drop and Roll hydrophobic glass sealant. Here I have a dab, and the instruction says that you should do horizontal lines first and then complete with vertical ones. After application, I should wait 35 minutes, then buff it off, and it says that I can do it 3 times, 1 hour in between, so we'll see how far I get.
while the window sealant is drying or hardening or whatever, I installed this worm clamp to hold my silencer instead of using a steel wire.
Okay, so wasn't that a big improvement? So I left the car at quite early, at least for me, 7:45 in the morning, but I have had a 30-minute drive to get there, and then I just basically left the car and the key and walked to work. And I think it was 10 to 1, so after lunch I got a text message saying that my car is done. So that's quite fast in my opinion, because I made the reservation yesterday, and right when they got my reservation they ordered a windshield. I guess they have their own warehouse or something like that. And then when I left the car, he said that he needed to order new trim. Not really sure which trims he replaced. Maybe the one between the windshield and the roof. Yeah, it was fast, and it seems to be mounted properly. It didn't fall out when I was driving with it, at least. And then you saw me when I took the car to my garage. So it was parked next to my Supra while I did some window treatment. I used the Bouncers drop and roll glass sealant, and you saw me apply 2 coats. So I applied one according to their instructions, which meant that I first cleaned the window with their Look Sharp glass cleaner, which is alcohol based, I believe. And then when I applied the sealant, it's quite easy. You have these cotton swabs. You just put it on top and just do like that with the bottle 2 times maybe, and then you can cover the entire windshield. Maybe one more dab just to get full coverage. So also according to their instructions, you're supposed to do horizontal strokes over the windshield first and then do vertical strokes. So that's what I did, and then I left it to dry for 35 minutes. You saw me showing you the timer in my phone. So once that was done, I took a microfiber towel and I buffed it off, basically. And also according to their instructions, you're supposed to wait a total of 1 hour between applications. So somewhere around that time I applied a second coat, and this time I tried to spread it out more evenly to get less residue. That's why I went back and forth between the sides, and so I didn't apply several coats. It was the same coat that I was sort of spreading out. And again, waited 35 minutes before I buffed it off. And while I was waiting for the second coat, I upgraded my silencer mount, because the stock one had rusted off, so it was non-existing. I did that a few weeks ago, and I temporarily replaced it with steel wire just to tie it up. It's not perfect, and it's not very good for a temporary solution because it does still move around a little. So now I went one step further, and I took a worm clamp, which I had laying around from the Supra, of course, and I used that one to connect the silencer with the exhaust mount. So I think that will be fine for a while at least. I don't think there is any good chance that I will successfully weld it back onto the silencer, so this will have to do for now. And this means that my Peugeot is ready for the yearly inspection, which I need to complete by the end of the year, so I have some time to make sure that everything is okay. I think I might need to replace one of the registration plate lights in the rear. There are two, and one of them is flickering a bit. So I'm happy. I can finally see. Well, I could before, but you know what I mean. And it's the same glass treatment as I used on the Supra, which I was quite happy with. Well, it's basically the only proper glass treatment that I've used. I have used before. I used to use wax. So when I was washing the car and waxing the paint, I would also wax the windows. Depending on which wax you use, it works better or worse. Some of them will stain the window trims, so look out for that before you try anything. But and I've also used these Rain-X stuff that you buy from basically the local parts store. So this one is a bit more professional, maybe not in UK where it's from, but compared to the normal beading products. And it's supposed to, if you're driving above 30 miles per hour, so 50 kilometers an hour basically, then you shouldn't need to use your wipers. The rain should just run off. And since I have a new windshield, what you normally do is you replace the windshield wipers. I recently replaced those, so I didn't feel like buying new ones, so instead I cleaned them properly. So I used a cleaning rag and wiped in between. I mean, if you cut the wiper blade, it will look like a Christmas tree. So you clean within the branches or whatever. So I think that will be fine. I haven't used the wipers yet. I didn't want to before I had the sealant on, but we'll see how it goes. Perhaps I will buy a set of new wipers anyway. We'll see. But yeah, if you're still watching, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this episode and want to see more, please consider subscribing. And of course, until the next episode, stay safe, take care, and bye bye.